closer summer camp gets, the more I'm thinking about everything that could go wrong. You've got new people, a new location, you're working with kids, and I'm doing something that I've never done before. But instead of letting the anxiety and everything take over, I've got some stuff planned that I'm doing just to make things a little bit easier for myself, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. I feel like a lot of the first timers go through the exact same thing, and that is just nerves. Being nervous about going to camp because you don't know who the staff are going to be, you don't know what the kids are going to be like, you don't know what your normal day is going to consist of. So instead of overthinking, I've just been thinking about little things that might be able to help you and which will probably help myself. So the first thing I want to talk about is some of the things that I'm going to bring from home to make camp easier for myself. It's not a load of stuff because obviously you can only pack so much, but it's just little things that I think will help me. This can be anything between comfy clothes, a book that you like to read, personal items, trinkets that you might have at home, little stuff, little bits and bobs that you like to have, or overall just things that remind you of your friends and family. If you think it will make the homesickness a bit easier, just bring it, as long as you're aware that it might get lost, it might get broken. You know, if you're travelling for 3 months, or away for 3 months anyway, I can imagine quite a few things get lost, so take stuff at your own will, but overall it should be alright. For example, for me, I'm bringing these little Everton coasters that I make. I make these little coasters for the football, so I'm going to take one with me. I don't even know if I'll use it much, but I'll have it next to my bed for me little Everton stuff, know what I mean? And I'm actually, this is a little thing that I'm doing personally. I'm going to take quite a few of these. I might take like 10 or whatever, and fingers crossed that I find some fellow Evertonians in America with me, either at the camp, who are like the kids there, or like they might say the parents are Everton fans, and I'll give them a coaster and say, give this to them, it's being made by a toffee, up the Blues. Another thing that I've been worried about or thinking about is connecting with the kids. Now, before I signed up for camp, I actually had no experience working with kids at all. But now, as of like the last 2 or 3 weeks, I actually have worked at 3 schools, so I'm actually gaining experience all of a sudden, which is great for me personally. But one thing I would suggest is possibly bring little things from England that the kids can actually do. Now when I say kids, this could be 8-year-olds or 15-year-olds, and even though there's only like 7 years in between them, the maturity levels are very different. But one thing that I'm going to bring, one for myself because I'll probably enjoy it, but 2 for the kids, is colouring books. Yeah, I don't know how I've ended up with this many. I've just ended up with lots of colouring books over the years that I've never used, but this one is so detailed. Like, look. Oh, well, this is the one I've done. Opened it on the page. How cool is that? That looks so good. I'm so proud of myself. I just think it'll be a really good thing to bring because you're not allowed on your phone. When I'm in the airport, I'm going to be really bored, so I might keep one of the small ones. Like this one's quite cool. It's a tattoo book, so you can do all like tattoo designs in it, sort of. Like there's a bat, that's quite cool. So I'm going to be taking these with me just because I can leave them in America. I might not bring them back. The kids can rip out the pages and keep them and take them home. And just overall, when the kids are in the bunk, even if they're younger or older, everyone likes colouring, and most people haven't done it for years once you hit a certain age. So I think it'll be good just for the kids after they've done all the activities of a, you know, the kids are going to be playing football, rock climbing, water activities, walking all day. They're going to be doing all this activity stuff and, you know, physically demanding. So then when they get back to the bunk, some of them might be able to draw for a little bit. You might want to. So that's what I'm going to do, because I think for myself I like it, because I'll probably do it because I'm not allowed on my phone, and I have got the worst phone addiction ever. I'm always on my phone all the time and I hate it. So when I'm at camp, I'm not going to have it. So I'm just going to be talking to the kids, colouring with them, having a laugh. As well, side note, I think I'll be put with the older kids just because of my personality really. I've been told by one of the people I had an interview with, he thought I'd suit the older ones. And I was surprised by that because I thought the younger ones would suit me more. But since working in schools, I think the older ones are my cup of tea. I'd rather be with the older ones. So whether or not they use the books, I don't know. If not if the kids don't use it, the other campers might use it with me. Like we might say, oh, we're going to New York City, which is like a 2-hour drive. I'll bring a book and we'll just colour in some stuff whilst we're on the coach or the public transport. Now, I've talked about making things easier and lower your anxiety with the kids. Now let's talk about your family. I've got some ideas that I'm going to do for my family and for myself that I think will just help my family overall, because you've got to remember, your family are going to miss you. You're going to be gone for about 3 months, let's face it. And a lot of people who are doing camp are in university, so imagine it on your parents' end. You're away for university, you might be in a different city, you might be in a different country, you never know. You come and see them around Christmas time, Halloween, on like the term breaks. But then for the summer, they're not going to see you once for the whole summer. So the idea that I have for my family and for myself is 3 prints. It's this website, and basically you can have up to 45 small photos every month sent to your house for free. The only thing you'd have to pay for is delivery, and that's like £5 in the UK. Bear in mind, this is not a paid ad or anything like that, it's a really good company in my opinion. And right now I've actually got the ones that I've got from the band. This was my old band, The Word, not my current band, Moving On. But you literally get them. Actually, this is more than 45. I think this time I ordered more, but I got 45 for free. But the quality is good. Like, it's not... Actually, it is good quality. It is. They're all good quality. There I am. Ta-da! That's me, Ben, Joe, Anthony, and Matthew. I love these photos. But yeah, so you can get all these photos printed off. So what my plan is, I'm going to find like 4 or 5 companies that do this offer, or some sort of offer, and I'm going to list them somewhere, probably here. What my plan is each month I'll send a bunch of photos to my family. It doesn't even have to be each month, it could be each week, know what I mean? Each week, send them to your family to get a physical copy, because your family can only read texts. You can go on phone call with them and all that, and video call, but your family aren't gonna truly see what camp is until you get home and you can tell them everything and show them everything. So I think it'll be really nice for your parents to be sat down one day in the morning, the postman comes, and then you get this, and like obviously you say to them, open these letters whenever they come, because they get delivered in this like nice little packaging thing. And there's another one that I got from another company, I think. So just overall, I think it's really nice and like caring for your family to know that you're sending them photos, you're doing all this. It only costs like £5 to get 45 photos. The best thing about it is it's physical. We live in a digital world now and I hate it. Like I said, I'm addicted to my phone and I just hate technology. I hate it. I know I've got a YouTube channel, but I hate it. I want to be in the real world. I want to just enjoy life for what it is. And then the best thing about all this is when you come back from America, you can look through the photos yourself, tell your family about what happened that day, memories you've got, who that person is that person your best friend who you've got a picture with at camp on the first day? They might be your best friend now for life. And then you can basically buy a scrapbook and stick them in a scrapbook. How cool is that for an idea? You could literally get all these photos sent to your house and then 3 months later go through them all, stick them in like a scrapbook and make a really cool looking book for your kids in the future to look at, and obviously yourself to flip through. I just think it's a really cool idea. Next thing I want to talk about is choose excitement over fear. Even though you are travelling to a place you've never been before, you might be travelling alone, you might not know anyone who's going, just enjoy it. Like, honestly, it's not that deep. You're gonna have fun. Everyone has said it's amazing. No matter who you talk to about summer camp, they've loved it. So why will it be different for you? Know what I mean? If you're from England, look at it this way. You're gonna be in a place with better weather, better food, arguably, but better food, like bigger food. I love food, so it's bigger food. Sweeter, oh, I love sugar, sweeter food as well. You're going to be with people all your own age, I'm guessing. Well, I'm going to be quite old, I think, as a counsellor. I'm going to be 24, going on to 25 when I'm there. Everyone else is normally around 20 years old, I'll say. But you're going to be with people with similar interests, like travelling, exploring, pushing yourself. So just enjoy it. There's nothing to be afraid about. Everyone goes through the exact same process, so there's no reason for you to be worried because everyone else has done it before. You're not alone, basically. And as well, you're going to be getting this really good experience that you can tell your parents, your siblings, your friends, your future partner, your kids, your grandkids. Like, this experience is so big for so many people, and for me it's massive. I can't wait. I'm just excited to do something really big this year, so I'm happy. The last thing I want to talk about is the group chats are popping off. Honestly, the group chats now, every day people are texting. Basically, At first, it's quite slow. On Camp Leaders, there's a community, and I've met lots of people on that, on the community tab. But then, when you get a camp and it gets close to camp, they add you into a WhatsApp group with everyone in, and this is the directors who run the whole camp, people who've been there before, yourself, obviously, first timers, everyone who's going to camp that year is in this chat. And that's great because everyone's talking to each other, you're getting used to the people who are going to be there. Everyone sort of does like a, hi, I'm Scott, and I'm going to be a general counsellor. I'm from Liverpool. Hope I have a good time. Everyone does one of them messages, and it's so awkward in my opinion, but it's funny. Like, you can tell everyone doesn't want to do it because it's a bit like, hi, a bit like that, know what I mean? But you've got to do it, introduce yourself, do it the second you're in the chat as well, in my opinion. There's no point in waiting. But then, when my camp got to about 100 days before summer camp, I was added into another group chat on Instagram. Now in this group chat, it's just the people who are going to camp like you, so everyone who's a counsellor, I think anyway. And it's been popping off on Instagram. For some reason, no one wants to use the WhatsApp group, but on Instagram, it's popping off. It's such a good feeling to see how many people are going. It's so welcoming. Everyone's just helping each other out, talking about, have you got any questions? And the second you put a question in, you have like 5 people talking. Now this is with my camp, every camp's going to be different obviously. Once you're in that group chat, I think the nerves just go, because you can ask anything you want and people have a laugh in there as well. It is quite funny. And as well, just off the top of my head, if I were you and you do put like your Instagram in the community hub on Camp Leaders or whatever, make sure you check your DMs regularly, because on my requested ones I always have spam, but then every now and then I do get someone popping up saying, are you going to Iroquois Springs? And I leave people undelivered for like a month by accident. Little shout out to the people who I've talked to at the minute. Tara from London, how you doing? Nash from Australia, what a cool name that is, Nash. Me and Nash have only been speaking for about a week, if that, and we've already got quite a bit in common. Like, we love wrestling, we absolutely love wrestling, like WWE. And we've already said, if we do have a day off together and there's an event near New York, we might try and go. Or obviously when we're travelling, we want to try and go to like a WWE type of main events. That'll be amazing to experience in America. As well, I've spoke to a lad called Cameron. I hope you're alright, mate. You're like a sports journalist, that's what I've got anyway. And then a girl called Jess from Australia, and Jess was actually the first girl who messaged me about camp. She was like, oh my god, you're going to the same camp as me. And then as well, there's a girl from New York. The girl from New York is called Andy, and she messaged me because she's actually coming to Liverpool. She's always going to the same camp. She's from New York, and she's coming to Liverpool at the start of April, just like to see her old mates from camp. And we're going to go out and we're just going to talk, because why not? We're just going to hang out because we're going to be spending the summer together. So that's quite cool. I've actually spoke to so many people about camp, and it does settle your nerves so much. So definitely just talk to people. That's what I'm doing the YouTube for. Just talk to as many people as you can. That's what life's about. Talk to people, communicate as much as you can, learn stuff and enjoy it. So anyway, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you are nervous about camp, don't be. Just suck it up, deal with it, it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Do some of the stuff I've suggested maybe if you want to do that type of stuff, or don't if you don't want it, that's completely fine. If you are signing up for 2026, you've got about 10 days left, or 15 days left before the end of the month. If you are watching this video before you've signed up, use my code, I'll put it here. Use my code for Camp Leaders, you get £20 off. It'll just save you a bit of money. Anyway, that's been this video. I've got to get ready for work. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. In a bit.